the wall, we put it in this way instead of the reverse.
That's for
Make it
branding.
right.
Yeah, that's convenient.
And if you turn it, the normal way you turn something is away from you, right? Like this way. It loosens up the gears, because that's the way you take it apart, right? So you, if you're going to use it, pull it towards you. That way it doesn't push you down, it's not falling right on you. Because then you get grease all over your hand, ends up in your eye. When you put it back together, because you can't figure it out. Other option is to use my really nice electric sharpener that's back there that's been there the whole year.
Hey, sorry for changing the subject, but did you get found?
I did, yeah. Only because Xavier, when I was looking for people earlier, I checked that spot and was like,
Hey, are you thinking I'm gonna get
later?
No.
I'll be there.
for lunch?
And so he remembered that and found me. But I was one of the last ones.
Hey, were you gonna give me something?
Oh, I don't think I would.
Wait, what's for lunch? Just ask for
I
it.
was dying. It
Yeah?
was pretty funny.
I thought so. I figured I'd include the rest of you guys in on it. We don't always play dumb board games here. They really want to play hide and seek and figure it out. What the heck?
It literally says save.
It's the kind of content you guys create, right?
Alright.
That's what I'm here for. Alright, are we, we're missing a student today.
Oh my God.
Is she over at the middle school? I bet she's over the middle school.
Yeah, she's over there.
what?
Back to, well, I'm guessing their schedule doesn't have 5th hour now. See what I'm saying?
Oh.
I bet they have 3rd hour. Alright,
Pray.
so we'll get going without her. She can watch the live stream if she wants to learn, you know?
She already knows it, so I don't mind.
She's pretty good, you know? She seems like she's got a math background or something.
No, she is a math teacher.
I know, it's a joke. Alright, I guess it should take 10 minutes.
I'll come with you.
It's a high school at 2.
And we're gonna go. We're not doing much today. It's gonna be a pretty easy one, as you might imagine.
No,
The whole week's been kind of freezing. 10 minutes. 5th hour, basic geometry. Alright.
I need the second one.
Do we have homework? Awesome.
Alright, looking good. No Ivy today? Oh, hey! You made it!
Yeah.
I thought you might be at the middle school doing 3rd hour over there.
No, their 3rd hour's doing my last hour.
Oh, man. Are you doing okay?
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I can tell. Can I help?
No.
Alright, well, I won't bother you anymore about it unless
She
you
can
want to
give me
bother.
a big hug here, Mac.
Oh, yeah, and then they'll touch her arms out.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. We're both sick. The one that cancel class, you guys would hate that. Well. Alright, yeah, if I start bugging out on you, it's because I got grease in my eye. Sorry.
Grease.
Working hard?
Yeah, from the pencil sharpener, right?
Yeah.
To help it run, and had to put it back together. It's
There's
couldn't
supposed to
figure
be
it out.
WD-40 in it.
Yeah. I'm like an idiot. I touched my eye.
What, WD-40 or something?
No. Straight up grease.
Oh,
Stuff
actual
that's
grease.
thick. Yeah, actual grease. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Sheet.
really-
Alright, so.
He's gone.
What's your background in that?
Imitate your eye.
You
You know
got
that one?
Go to the scrim germ and
I
wash your
think
eyes
it
out.
works like that.
Alright,
It's good.
It works like that.
oh man.
Go wash your eye out in the
Ugh.
Hey,
shower.
I'm kind of sad that I didn't game yesterday. Otherwise, I would have went to the game.
Yeah, you should. Right? You're there every other time.
You actually go to it?
No, he
No,
doesn't.
but he was playing hide and go seek. I don't
Right.
want.
Yeah, we play games,
Dude,
right?
I love
Hide and go seek's a game. I don't know if we'll be playing it again. I'm not sure how other teachers
should
feel about
play
kids
it
running in
together.
their classroom and hiding in
You weren't actually hiding.
I tried to set some ground rules, and I don't think they were very much so.
Wait, then you couldn't go in the bathroom.
Hey, you could no bathrooms. You know, don't run into the teacher's classroom if they're not in there, type of deal. But of course, no one listened to that rule, so I don't know if we'll be doing it
I
again.
would have just went to the office and be able to.
I checked the office. I did. I had I'm pretty sure Xavier was hiding in Bielema's office at some point.
Yeah, that's how you
And then
roll.
Bielema had to go home, and then Xavier had to leave. But yeah. All right. So anyway, let's talk about this guy, this worksheet. Anybody need another copy of this thing? We're feeling good. Need another? Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, we're just gonna grade it right now. Yeah. Yes, you may. Yeah. Anybody need a pen?
Oh, you said we're grading this?
Yeah, we're gonna grade it. More or less. You know how we grade
Not
it.
the answers?
Well, we're gonna go over it.
No, okay, I already got. I got my answers.
Anybody need a pen, Tucker? Let me give you one that has a
Check.
cap. Yeah.
After
Do they
you
all
grade this, can I
physical?
go get these things?
No, that one's
Go get
good.
what things? What's this
Things
one?
I just prayed. They're free.
Try it.
At the end of
These
class,
are
yeah.
bad.
There you go. Is
I
that
tried
fine?
them out.
You need them now? Not
I've
English
got a
now?
tough
I
one.
know, but I need to like pray.
2 extra hours this morning, couldn't get it done? I see, I see. Yeah, we'll give you some time.
Is that like the key stuff this week, man?
Alright.
There's just the pink one,
Mm.
the dark one.
That's nasty.
What is the rest? What is the
Tell me.
light yellow and dark?
Go to me. All right, so real quick. Don't want to go through it quickly because, again, we're just going over the answers. If you have questions about it, let's talk about it. But in general, the first thing I want to do is start labeling these diagrams, and we're going to go back and hit and get the answer. So what I mean by that is we're going to look for things like shared sides and vertical angles. So we've done one already, but just in case you forgot or didn't write it down or what have you. What do you notice about number one? What's the thing that we're seeing here that we need to add in? Yeah, Tucker.
I was gonna ask for different color.
Different colored pen. Oh yeah, because you did your work in that one, right? How does maroon, chartreuse, mauve?
That is fine.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna do the same time.
Oh, at the same time, ready? Go.
Can I get a pen too?
Oh, that was amazing.
Hey,
Well
can I
done.
get a pen? I just like going
He's right. He's right there. Then I'll give you a pencil. Here.
Well, yeah, but I'm grading now.
Good point. Good point. What you got from Casey's?
Oh, they were like, I don't know, like the hash brown things with cheese in them.
Tater tots. Type of deal?
Oh.
They had like cheese.
They're not very good.
They're
No, they're
amazing.
not. Those are so good.
They taste like
And
cardboard.
then I
We'll
got
debate the
They
merits
taste
of
like
the
I had to
nothing.
get them.
Yeah.
fast food cuisine later. All right. So what do we know about number one? Do we have a shared side, vertical angles, anything like that? We got to add in. What do you see? What do you see? Nobody?
I see.
I see
Shared side.
Shared side, right? Okay, cool. Looking at number two. What do you see?
SS.
Shared side, that's right. So we're going to go back and get SSS. Yep. Right now, I'm not going to worry about that. I just need to find the thing that's missing. It's all good. Three, what's missing?
Angle.
Yep, we have vertical angles that are the same, right? Here and here.
Scissors there.
Yeah, that's right. Your word's not mine. How about number four?
Side.
Shared side. What about number five?
Side.
Shared side. What about number six?
Side.
Shared side. What about number seven?
Angle.
Vertical angles, yep. I think you guys are getting the concept here, right? So one of the first things you should do on your quiz tomorrow is start looking for that stuff, right? That missing information. Not tomorrow, Friday. I misspoke. I misspoke. Today feels like a Thursday.
The easiest thing we've done.
It can be. It really can, if you know what you're doing, right? Also, I think the effort level at the beginning of the semester is a little bit higher than it was at the end of the semester. Right? That helps. Right? 13, shared side, vertical angles, shared side, shared side, shared side, shared side, and so on and so forth, right?
Mr. Mac, what are you doing?
Whoa!
I thought we were on the front.
No, we zoomed through, buddy. Maddie said it was easy.
Oh, you said not to do the back there, buddy.
Yeah, I know. We're doing it today.
Okay, I feel you.
Your eye is very
I feel
red.
you, Young Blood.
Huh?
Your eye is very red.
Should I get an eye patch again like we did that one time?
Sure.
Yeah,
Alright,
I
we'll do
would.
it. Okay. Let's see. Do anything for my students.
I'm just saying.
Oh wait, hold on.
That's way
I
too
need a little
big.
slot for my my schnoz. By little slot, I mean large slot. All right, here we go. What do you think? Better?
Yeah, that looks better.
Oh wait, hold on. That's weird. That's weird. You will eyeball on that. There we go.
Good.
Better? All right. Okay. All right. So what do you guys see? I'm gonna need your help, obviously. Not gonna be seeing too well today. Only one of these guys. So for this one, we've got matching angles already and a pair of matching sides. Maddie is getting bored with this. She has no patience. Side angle side, right? The angle is in between the two sides, so when I write that, I need to make sure that the A goes between the two S's. You cool with that? Side, then an angle, and a side. Maddie said earlier, because she has no patience with this stuff, that we've got three matching sides here, right? Pair of sides, pair of sides, pair of sides. So side, side, side. Eads, what are you talking about?
E-brakes.
My e-brake don't work in my car, so I can't drift.
What does work on your car?
Could
Oh,
have
nothing.
But if I build a truck, that'd be drifting all over this place.
Put it in forward.
All right, what about three? What do we have here?
I want to drift though.
Oh, you can.
If you look at just one triangle, which you should when you're writing this stuff down so as you don't get confused, we've got angle, side, angle going on here, right? The side's in between the two angles, so we need to write it like that. Angle, side, angle. I'm going to switch from orange, I think, to green, because I think that orange looks too much like red on camera. Truth. All right, there we go. 4. Looks like we have matching angles up here. Mr. Mr. Eads, you were reminding me of that one kid in college that would not shut up while the professor was teaching. It was so annoying.
As he's still talking.
They weren't too loud, they just, kind of mumbled the whole time and ignored it. Eads,
You didn't even flinch.
What?
stop mumbling.
Who do it?
None of your business. Snitches get stitches. I'm not gonna catch that, I have no depth perception.
Doing that almost makes that go.
Eads, what do we have for 4? What's going on here?
ASA.
ASA, angle, side, angle. Again, the side goes in between.
Man, I got an A+. Don't worry.
For real?
Phil.
You got it done?
Yeah, you know what?
Bring it on up.
No cap.
Cap. 5, agree or disagree?
Agreed.
Agree. Angle, angle, side, in that order. You could also do side, angle, angle. That works.
Took them one you want.
Agree.
Right? What about 6?
Agreed.
Agree or disagree? Agree. Side, angle, side, in that order. 7.
Disagree.
Whoa.
Disagree.
Oh, hang on, someone disagreed.
SAA.
SAA or AAS. Either way works. We have
Oh my
2
God,
consecutive
That's
angles.
idiot.
When I say consecutive,
Okay,
when I
nice.
say either be shorter or less loud.
I like it.
Alright? So, 7. It's AAS or SAA. Either way works forward or backwards, but it has to be 2 consecutive angles next to each other. The side is not in between them. Right? He put the side in between. That's not true. If we had this angle and this angle, then we'd have angle, side, angle. But we don't. We have 2 consecutive angles and a side, or you could say a side and then 2 consecutive angles. When I say consecutive, I mean right next to each other, one after the other. Like how the consecutive number after 2 is 3, right? So we have angle, angle, side. We're not skipping any angles in between there. Everybody cool with that? Side angle, angle is also acceptable. Yes.
For 6, we do side angle, side, wait,
Same forward and backwards. Side angle, side, side angle, side. Yeah.
I was thinking the wrong one.
You got the wrong sheet?
No, I was thinking 9 to 6.
They are upside down of each other. Oh yeah, it does kind of look like this goes with that. I see what you're saying. I
Well,
see
no,
what
I was thinking Java part on you too.
you're saying. Happens. 8, agree or disagree?
Agree.
Angle, side, angle, checks out. Side in between 2 angles. Agree or disagree with 9?
Agree.
Side, 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 checks out. That's our favorite, I bet. How about 10?
Disagree.
Okay, so he's saying angle, side, angle. What do you think it is?
AAS.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a common misconception. Let me show you what you need to do. This is why I cover up one of the triangles when I'm working. That way I don't get confused. Looks to me like he's right. We've got angle, side, and then an angle. I think what you guys probably did is you saw the 2 angles and a side.
Yep.
Again, we look at one triangle at a time when we're writing that down. Does that make sense?
Wait,
Okay.
what did you say there?
Right? This triangle has an angle, side, and an angle that match up with an angle, a side, and an angle. So Eads, you were correct on this one. So
See, I think we-
1 for you, 1 for them.
That one.
11 we're going to get back to. Eads, you got an answer for 11?
AAS.
Why am I asking? I know you don't.
No, it's what you wrote down and I totally forgot what you wrote down.
Yeah, I hate when that happens, right? 12.
Ow.
Well, I guess we're agreeing with that one.
Otherwise, no, 11 doesn't work though.
All right, now, we haven't done 13 through 18, at least I didn't assign it. We have a guest today. You got your lunch in here? You got food? Trying to wait for wrestling, or what are we doing here?
I was running.
No, I mean, like, do you need food? Go get food.
I don't know.
Okay, all right.
Hey, we were
13.
He's wearing 2 sweatshirts.
So 13 is triple side. We good with that?
Put a sock in your mouth that works.
We good with triple side? Yes? Doc, you with me?
Yeah, I'm with you.
Side, side, side. Good. All right, how about 14? Do we agree with side, angle, side?
Chill.
No, not with you. Time out.
Yes.
Time out?
Yeah.
Yes, that's.
I didn't know we were supposed to do that.
No, you weren't.
Oh, okay.
I figured we do it now.
Time in.
All right. How about we don't write them down? You guys give it a shot. We'll check our answers in a second.
Come on, man.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Wasn't done.
Too bad.
That wasn't done, man.
Keith, double check your work. I'll give you guys a couple minutes to work on it. Work together. Life is not about what you do, it's who you do it with.
Look, you wanna do it together?
I told it.
Miss Rickerson today.
What'd you tell her?
What you just said.
Life is not what you do, it's who you do it with.
I said it's not who you. It's not how you do it.
Well,
No.
don't take my quote out of context here. That can be used for some nefarious purposes.
This is what I said. I go, it's not who you, it's not how you do it, it's who you do it with. And she just gave me a funny look.
I bet she did. Because that's not my quote. I suppose it's also true.
Our deepest fears are not full perpendicular. Coach.
ASS don't work.
Somebody
Oh, this
threw
is
it.
you?
You just need to start quoting names.
Huh?
Somebody do it.
Somebody threw up.
What?
Oh, threw it. Yeah, I'm not gonna catch that.
Bullseye.
What the heck was that?
I'll give you 2 more minutes to work on it. Then we'll grade it.
You suck at
Maybe we should grade this one for real.
What?
I got a
Grade
question.
paper for
Hank.
grade.
Will this be angle side to side? I'm down with that.
Ah. Oh,
So,
God.
you know we've got this, right?
Where'd it go?
So we cover one of the triangles, let me just look at the one. What do we have here? Angle side angle.
That's what I said.
That's it. No,
What's that?
we don't have 2 consecutive sides.
Yeah.
Right? We got a side, an angle, and a side. Right? SSA would be like we had this side, and that angle. Right? We don't have 2 sides in a row. We got a side, an angle, and a side. SAS, thank you.
Spit nuts.
How you feeling with this stuff? Good, good. I figured it takes time.
Ooh, what ASA on this one? Yeah.
I'm not sure why it takes so long, but it just does every year. It's, you know. And then once you get it, you're like, wait, really?
What do we do for this?
What do you do for what? We'll get there. Quit overachieving. Calm down.
Hey, Maddie.
You got valedictorian locked up, my friend. You're good.
Ew.
Yeah.
How we doing?
That burger's gonna have some extra ingredients.
No, he's good.
You need to show me where it is.
Oh yeah, go with him.
Extra flavor.
Don't do anything stupid.
Oh, we're not gonna do it.
You know. Oh, I know you. I know you too well.
Where's them hooligans going?
Something English paper.
Oh.
Check on you. Laugh in my face. Friends do. Anybody got any questions? Need any help?
Yeah, why
Standing
are
here.
we
You what?
So why are we here?
Great question. They almost canceled it. I heard on the radio they were saying that all the schools in the area were canceled, and then I got a text right after saying, ignore that. Not true.
We should all have covered the tax.
Excited. I'm running back and forth today, right? Getting here early, and I was like, oh, don't need to be. Turn around. Go back to bed. Wake up. Oh, it's all canceled. No, it's not.
I didn't even
Tragedy.
know anything was supposed to happen.
We're gonna show up 2 hours late anyway.
No,
Oh.
I woke up at normal time. I didn't know
Yeah, I
there
did
was a
too.
storm.
And then you're doing your hair, and 2 hours later, you're like, oh, that's convenient. Good thing it got canceled, right? Me too, actually. Thanks, Nana. You guys know why I call him that, right? World's best Nana. That's right. Did you get that from your grandkids? No?
Got it from my mom.
Oh, that makes sense.
So would you?
I don't judge. Alright. Everybody's family's different. They're still family, right?
Sometimes.
Do I have highlighters?
What's
Fucker, get out of here.
You can get out of here.
Hey, why do you work on this in homeroom like Maddie did yesterday?
Wasn't that?
You're in my homeroom.
We don't have homeroom today.
I didn't have my Chromebook.
No.
I
Neither
don't
did
have
she.
my-
She borrowed my computer.
Well, then Kayla was just sitting on it.
She was in here working on it. Man, this kid. Alright. What you guys got for 13?
That's
Side, side, side. What do you got for 14? Side, angle, side in that order. That's right. The angle has to be between the 2 sides. I do not want to see anybody write ASS tomorrow, not because it's a bad word, you know how I feel about those, but because it is incorrect. It's not going to be right. 15. What do we got? AAS
No,
or ASA? That's not going to work. ASA is not going to work.
Why
because-
not?
Great question. So notice how if it was ASA, we'd have angle, a side in between them, and then an angle. We don't have that. We have an angle, and then a side. You see it better now. A lot of people are calling this ASA, but that's not true. It's not that. ASA is when you have an angle with a side in between it and then an angle, right? That's if we had something like this. angle, side, angle. If we had that, that would work. That would be angle, side, angle. But we don't have that. What we have is an angle, and then a side. Or, in reverse, a side, an angle, and an angle. That works too. Ladies in front. Seen it?
Yeah.
Awesome. Yes.
Is the stapler up there? Dude, I just need a stapler.
That's all you need?
That's all I
That's
need.
the last thing you need?
Well, you don't want me to highlight, so I'm not gonna highlight. Just need a
I think you
stapler.
should get highlights better.
Should get there.
I think you should shut up.
No, he needs to keep it long. I've seen one that looks like short. This is a picture on his on the attendance
It
sheet.
sucks.
It's not good. I mean, this isn't good, but it is at least an improvement. 16. What do you got? No. What do you got for 16? AAS.
What?
Double AS, because we have two angles and then a side. Again, look at one triangle at a time. Two angles and a side. Everybody cool with that one? Yeah? Okay. 17, what do you got? Side, angle, side. Again, look at one triangle at a time. Side, angle, side is what we have here. The angle is in between the two sides. Okay? 18. ASA. So compare 15 and 18. 15 we have two angles and then a side. 18 we have an angle, a side, and then an angle. Again, look at one triangle at a time. Angle, side, then angle. If you were confused before about that, are you better now? Ava, how do you feel? Okay? 13 through 18. Which one do you think was the weirdest for you? Which was weirdest? 15? Anybody else feel like 15 was the weirdest one?
I thought
Yeah.
15 was the easiest one.
No one asked you, Eads.
Okay.
How about you, Alex? 15? Yeah. Ava, which one was weirdest for you out of these? 14. 14. So 14, did you miss the angles in between, or what was going on for you? Gotcha. Do you know what was confusing about it? I'm just asking. The angles in between here, the vertical angles, yep. So the two things you need to look for that I think are actually going to be more helpful than memorizing all these acronyms are the shared sides, right, and vertical angles. Those are the two big things you got to look for. Now for the bottom here, this is kind of a boring exercise, but it's worth noting because you will get stuff marked wrong if you don't write things correctly. So next week we're going to do a little bit more with corresponding parts of triangles being congruent. What I mean by that is this. So if I've got two triangles, and I know they're congruent, right? Maybe I've already proved it or something, right? If I know they're congruent, when I write that they're congruent, I want to make sure that I line up their letters together. So what I mean by that is this. If angle A is congruent to angle F, and angle C is congruent to angle D, and we'll say these two are congruent to each other. The way I want to write it is this. If I write triangle ABC, what I want to write is make sure I have the letters matching up. Now you might be tempted to say DEF, right? That will be incorrect. A better way of writing that is to match up which letters go with which letters. So notice angle A matches up with F, right? So I'm going to write triangle F here because A and F are going to be in the first slot. Are you smelling what I'm stepping in here? A and F go together, so they're going to be in the first slot here. B is next, and B goes with E, so I'll write E next. And then C goes with D, so I'll write that next. So order matters here. Yes, both these triangles are congruent, but it is more helpful to write it where the letters are in order, that we know which spots or which parts correspond, which ones go together, right? We talked about corresponding angles before. We have something like this, and we said these two angles are the same because they're in the same relative spot. These are in the same relative spot, A and F, C and D, E and B. They correspond, so they go together. AF, BE, CD. Matt, you smelling stepping in here? For real? Okay. Words are hard, guys. It's easy once you get it, but if you don't know what I'm saying, it's because the words are hard. So let me explain. McCartney, how do you feel about this?
Not good.
Okay, so matching up the letters. Check it out.
Oh yeah, I know that,
But the rest of the stuff not so good?
yeah.
Okay. Are we talking about this down here, or are we talking about this up here?
Right there where your hand is.
Where my hand is, so here. Okay, yeah, that's what we're talking about now. So we're going to go back and look at number 1. and it's asking us what FIG is congruent to. So look at the triangle on number 1. FIG is what they wrote. So I'm going to write this down. They said FIG, and they want to know what it's congruent to. Well, we proved earlier that this left triangle is congruent to the right side triangle. So now we just got to name it. So FIG is going to be congruent to HIG. And the reason for that is, if you notice, the angle G for both triangles matches. So G goes with G. Angle I is going to match angle I. So I goes with I. And then F and H are going to be the same. So it turns out these angles right here are in fact the same, which is why the F and the H go together in the same spot. Do you get what I mean by spot, right? The first slot? Hey,
Shut your mouth.
that's the idea. I got this. That's the idea. Finish this up for tomorrow, this bottom part.
That's not our photo.
Oh, it's not your bell.
No, it is.
Wait, is it?
It is. Lunch starts at 12:02.
10 more minutes. I'm going with her.
Hey, can I leave my
10 more. Sit down.
I think we'll get on there.
Except for Isaiah. No.
But can I take a picture of that so I
No.
know this?
Yes.
Hey, Matt. Can I highlight?
I don't have a highlighter.
Well, start.
Can you take it underneath that?
Oh, dang. I have a brighter color.
You're so needy.
Shut up. Have a brighter color.
Tucker.
You sit down.
It's a brighter color.
Thank you, man.
You want light pink?
No.
Matt,
Just pick a color.
I
I got rid of my yellows. That's darker.
It's okay, but like a darker, brighter color. Like that one, I didn't like that color.
Are you hearing this? A darker, brighter color?
Tucker.
Brighter color.
What's with your belt?
Your mom.
YouTube.
Here's the yellow line.
That works.
Oh, Miss Backdoll.
Wait, that's on YouTube what I just said?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, go sit down, Eats.
Hey, don't be giving my name away there, bud.
Yeah, that's right, boy.
That's not your name. That's just a thing I call you.
No, but everyone knows the Eads, man.
I have a belt.
Look me up on YouTube.
Why does
That's
it go all the way?
Eads.
It's half.
What?
Why does it go halfway around?
I woke up this morning and I thought it
Really
was
much
gonna
gonna
there,
happen.
and now look at me.
Don't go all the way
You're
around.
having a great day, man. Don't lie.
Where I come from.
Look at
That's not what I see.
What?
All right.
Loud noises.
At least you
Look at number 2. For number 2, they said NOP. So we have triangle NOP.
NQP.
It's going to be congruent to triangle NQP.
Yeah.
Again, if the letters are the same, they go in the same spot. That makes it easy enough, right? The difference between the two is Q and O. And it turns out those angles will be the same angles, right? After we've proven the triangles are all congruent, that means all their parts are congruent. So that means this angle here will be the same as this angle here. And this angle here will be the same as this angle here. I don't need you to write all that in the diagram. I'm just showing it to explain it, okay? Once we've proven the triangle's congruent, it means all of their parts are the same, right? So the question is which parts? The parts N and N go together, O and Q go together, and P and P go together. Feeling okay? Again, this can be super easy to get it, and if you don't get it, it's going to feel weird, but I bet I can get you to get it. You just got to tell me you don't understand.
Matt, can I? Oh, I got it on.
I swear to God, if you ask me one more question. ABC. All right, here we go. For number 3, it's ABC. Can somebody tell me the corresponding parts for ABC? What goes with A?
E.
He says E. Agree or disagree?
Agree.
He agrees. Anybody else agree?
Agree.
Anybody disagree?
Disagree. Wait.
Why do A and E not go together? Joey, did you say no? He says no, though.
no to something else.
Oh,
Wrong,
okay.
aren't I?
He is wrong. You know why you're wrong, though?
Wait, what did you say?
Now,
I don't know anymore.
he said that A and E go together. I'm telling him he's wrong, and I'm right.
Is it DEC?
One at a time. What goes with A? D. Is that what you're saying?
Ah.
Why does A go with D?
Alternative something.
Nope. Don't have to think that hard.
Nah, we're.
Why does A go with D?
They're the angles that aren't marked.
B and E are already marked to be together, aren't they? So just because they're both at the bottom doesn't mean they go together, right? So McCartney, your mistake was as you saw them both at the bottom and you thought, oh yeah, simple enough, right? I got to be a little bit more clever than that.
So it is D.
So it is D. And then we have E and B go together, and then C, of course, goes with C.
Okay, the next one's hard though. I don't understand.
McCartney, what do they say on the backside for number 4? What do they call the triangle?
STU.
STU. Okay, so STU is this right triangle, this top right triangle. STU. What angle is going to go with S for the bottom triangle?
It's a U.
What has the same marking as that side of S?
Don't look at me, I don't know. Go.
So this top triangle is STU. It's got a green angle and a blue angle already marked. So green's going to go with green. So that's going to go with this guy. So S is going to go with S in this case.
Okay, that
Better? Next up is T. Here's T over here. That's not marked. But now that we know the triangles are congruent by ASA, we know that there is going to be a matching angle over here. What's the matching angle with T on the other triangle? R. Very good. And then U is going to go with U, right? 90% of the time, the same letter is going to go with the same letter. 90% of the time.
Not always with the bow tie shapes though.
This is true.
Sometimes the bow tie shapes, they rotate.
How about 5? What letters go with, McCartney, read me number 5 from the back.
JKN.
J, K, M. Angle J is this angle up here. What angle does angle J go with on the other triangle? L. So we're going to write L first. Next up is K. K is this angle down here on the top triangle. That one right there. What angle does it go with on the bottom triangle?
What's the one on the bottom that's not marked?
Which one is it marked? I had to mark K. So it's going to go with M. Digging it? Then I've got M, which is this angle up here. Let me use blue. This one right here. What angle does M go with on the bottom triangle? Okay. So like I said, 90% of the time, the letters are going to match up perfectly, right? M with M and K with K. In this case, they do not. Do you guys see why they do not? Ava's nodding her head. That's great. Great. How do you feel? Amazing. Maddie? This one's the weird one. We feeling okay about this? Great.
Yep.
Okay. All right. What's 6 labeled on the back, McCartney?
OPN.
OPN. All right, so on the top triangle, we have OPN. So here's angle O. What angle does O go with on the bottom triangle? O goes with which angle? I couldn't hear. Q. That's correct. They're going to go together. Q. Kind of hard to see that that's a Q. All right, so that goes with that. Here's angle N on the top triangle. Oh, I'm sorry, let's do angle P next. That's what's next. P, right? Here's P. What angle is that going to go with on the bottom triangle? P. This guy. And then N's going to go with N in this case. Still feeling okay? These can be weird. I would describe them as hard, right? But you just got to think about them a little bit. McCartney,
Yeah.
you're doing 7 with me. What's 7? What do they start out with?
ACB.
ACB?
Yep.
Okay. So McCartney, you've got this one. Angle A. What does angle A go with on the right triangle, the right side triangle?
D.
Goes with D. Good call. We learned our lesson. What about angle C? What does it go with?
C.
C. And what about angle B? What does it go with?
E.
E. Correct. How you guys feeling about this? Better? Again, it's not free, right? You do have to think just a little bit about it, but it's not something that should be crazy difficult once you get it. If you need help, please ask. And tomorrow we'll review for our quiz.
Is it okay if I leave this in here for now?
Very needed today, my friend. Yes, you
I
may.
need to let it charge.